In this video, I'm gonna teach you guys how to do one-tap headshots in Free Fire step by step. Before I tell you guys the in-game settings and the one-tap method, first let's talk about how the drag headshot system works. Unlike most other games, the way to do headshots is different in Free Fire. In Free Fire, there's an aim assist system where when you bring the crosshair very close to the enemy and press the fire button, the aim automatically goes onto the enemy's body and the shot hits on the enemy's body. Now to bring the shot onto the enemy's head, you will have to drag the fire button. Now this is the method that is used when doing drag headshots and one-tap headshots. Before I teach you guys the method to step by step do one-tap headshots, first let's talk about the most important in-game settings for one-tap headshots. First of all, let's start with the sensitivity. The only sensitivity setting that's important for one-tap headshots is the general sensitivity. If you guys have a very low sensitivity, it will be hard to do one-tap headshots. So I recommend you guys to increase the general sensitivity setting up to 100. The next setting that I want to talk about is the aim precision setting. In the aim precision setting, there are three options: default, precise on scope, and full control. If you keep the aim precision settings on full control, you won't be able to do drag headshots. To do one-tap headshots with the full control setting, you will have to manually bring the crosshair onto the enemy's head and next press the fire button. So to do drag headshots, I recommend you guys to select the default option. The last setting that I want to tell you guys is the custom HUD setting. When you go into the custom HUD settings, you will be able to adjust the fire button size and position. Now the fire button size and position can also be important when doing one-tap headshots. First let's talk about the fire button size. When talking about the fire button size, it's better to keep the fire button size in between the size range of 40 to 60. If you make the fire button too small, you might have mischarge problems. If you make the fire button too big, your drag space will decrease. Especially in low-end devices, it's important to have enough space to drag the fire button. So if you make the fire button too big, you won't have enough space to drag the fire button to get headshots. So as I said earlier, it's better to keep the fire button in between the size range of 40 to 60. Now let's talk about the fire button position. The fire button position is very important when it comes to getting one-tap headshots. Normally in low-end devices, the device sensitivity is very low, so you will need more space to drag. So in low-end devices, it's better to keep the fire button in the bottom, but remember to leave a bit of space. When you keep the fire button like this, you will have more space to drag the fire button. Now if you guys have a high-end device, you guys can keep the fire button in the middle like this. So guys, now I'll tell you guys how to step by step do one-tap headshots in Free Fire. The first most important step is the aim. The way you need to aim to get more headshots can differ according to which range you are in. In this video, I'll tell you guys three types of aiming methods. The first aiming method is to place the aim red and on the enemy's body level. This aiming method is best to use when your enemy is in long range. If you use this aiming method in short range, your shot will most likely get stuck in the enemy's body. The second aiming method is to place the aim red and outside the enemy's body. This aiming method works very well in long range and mid range, but it doesn't work that well in short range. The third aiming method is the white crosshair method. This aiming method is the best aiming method for short range. This also works in mid range and long range. Now after you place the aim according to the range that you are in, the next step is to drag the fire button. There are many types and ways that you can drag the fire button, but in this video, let's talk about the most simple and the easiest way to drag the fire button, which is the straight drag method. To do this, first stand in a still position. If you keep moving the joystick button when trying to do one-tap headshots, most of the time the shot won't go onto the enemy's head. So first make sure to stay in a still position. For example, let's say that your enemy is in short range. As I said earlier, the best crosshair method for short range is the white crosshair method. So place the crosshair white and below the enemy's leg level. After that, quickly drag the fire button straight upwards. The drag speed and the drag length also differ according to your range. For example, if you are in long range, first aim the crosshair. You guys can use all the three aiming methods, but I'd recommend you guys to use one of the two red aiming methods in long range. So after you place the crosshair red, drag the fire button upwards in a slow speed. If you drag the fire button too fast in long range, the shot will go over the enemy's head. Now in mid range, I'd recommend you guys to place the aim red but outside the enemy's body. Next, drag the fire button in a normal speed. Now if you are in short range, place the fire button white and below the enemy's leg level. Next, quickly drag the fire button upwards. If you drag the fire button slowly in short range, your shot will most likely get stuck in the enemy's body. So make sure to drag the fire button fast in short range. Now when talking about the drag length can differ according to your device. But now I'll show you guys how much I usually drag on my device. If my enemy is in short range, I usually drag the fire button up to this length very fast. If my enemy is in mid range, I usually drag the fire button up to this length in a normal speed. If my enemy is in long range, I usually drag the fire button up to this length in a slow speed. As I said earlier, the drag length can differ according to your device. One good way to find the drag length for your device is to turn on the short touches option on your device and screen record your gameplay in different ranges. And guys, another thing that I want to mention is that if the enemy is running towards the left or right, you will have to drag the fire button towards the side that the enemy is running. If the enemy is running towards the right side, drag the fire button towards the right side. If the enemy is running towards the left side, drag the fire button towards the left side. So guys, now I have taught you guys the simple way of doing one-tap headshots. Now if you guys want your one-taps to look a bit more professional, you guys can use the quick weapon switch button to switch the gun after doing the one-tap. To do this, go to the control settings and turn on the quick weapon switch button. Next, press the quick weapon switch button in a place that is easy for you to use. I highly recommend you guys to keep the quick weapon switch button on the left side. I am a two-finger player and I keep my quick weapon switch button on the left side and near the run button. Now to do this, first drag the fire button, Next, once you get the headshot, quickly press the quick weapon switch button and at last press the round button. If you guys have any problems when doing one tap headshots, you guys can DM me on Instagram at m_chanso.tv. As you guys might know, the new BR rank season just arrived, so check out this video if you guys want to know 10 BR rank tips and tricks that could help you to push your rank fast and win matches in the BR rank mode in Free Fire.